Okay, so I have this article from ranker.com of 22 Encanto reactions from people who also can't stop listening to We Don't Talk About Bruno. Because I do love We Don't Talk About Bruno. I don't think it's necessarily my favorite Encanto song, but it's definitely a lot of fun. So, yeah, we're just going to take a look at these reactions and see if they noticed anything that I may have missed, or that may have missed, or that you may have missed. Yeah, so let's go. Nobody ever brings up the fact that despite a freaking hurricane, Felix sings that it was a joyous day. This man is filled with so much love for his wife. I mean, yeah. I love Felix. I do. But like, yeah, it's like literally like it was a hurricane, but it was still a joyous day. So, yay! We love love. It's a villain song, but instead of it being sung by the villain, it's sung by everyone else about why they think he's a villain. So unique, and I love it. Now, I don't want to rain on the parade during the second detail that was pointed out. But we already have a song like that, and it is Cruella de Vil. But I guess We Don't Talk About Bruno's unique in the sense that everybody thinks Bruno's a villain, but he's not actually a villain. And with Cruella de Vil, they were singing about her being a villain, and she actually was a villain. So I guess there's that. But overall, it has been done before, and I don't want to rain on the parade. Like I said, this is the second detail. I do love We Don't Talk About Bruno, but has been done before. Let's just appreciate the face Mirabelle makes when Isabella descends. Seriously? Yeah, I mean, I love this moment so much. It's not something that I noticed the first time when I was watching the movie, but like going back and listening to the song and watching the video play with it, I noticed it, and I'm like, I love this movie. I love this movie. Mirabelle's reaction of like, seriously, like she's just so over it. She's like, my sister's insane. Just, really? Is this necessary? It's like, Isabella, you are so extra. Like, this does not need to be done like this. I love her face. It's hilarious. I love how Dolores' part is like, hey, FYI, he's not some monster. His gift is just complicated. I mean, yeah, I think what's interesting is that Dolores does get to hear all sides of the story, like, because she can hear everything. So she hears like Bruno in the walls. And yeah, his gift is complicated. He's not a monster. Like, not his fault that that's what his gift was. Like, yeah, I do love Dolores in this whole song because, like, she's the only one that's like, he's not a complete monster. He's not a complete monster. Like, just putting that out there. I do love that. You gotta understand, I cannot get over Dolores' part. Her voice, her dance, the camera angles, the hand movements, her footsteps, and shoes clacking in beat with the music. It's all perfect. I never noticed that, like, Dolores, like, the details, like, they're intentionally more quiet. I never picked that up, but yeah, I guess. Dolores doesn't really talk bad about Bruno. She, in fact, seems to understand how misunderstood Bruno is. Probably due to her power of hearing, she was able to hear both sides of the story. Yeah. I love Dolores. I do. Dolores is a troublemaker, for sure. But she is the one with the most understanding of what's going on because, she could hear both sides of the story. I guess. I mean, that's how I'm interpreting it. That seems to be how other people are interpreting it as well. The song is really about how Bruno reflects people's struggles and they choose to kill the messenger rather than accept the pain of their discomfort. Yeah. Like, Bruno's like, look, I got this prophecy thing. I'm telling you your prophecy. Not my fault if you can't handle it. Like, that is not my problem. Cool fact, the way everyone is singing together with their parts weaving together to create one harmony at the end is actually a form of choir called a madrigal. There's so many layers to this movie. You know what? I'm going to take this person's word on it. I did not know that was a thing. But I'm going to take their word on it. And that's actually pretty cool. They don't dance like cartoon characters. They dance like it's a stage musical and it's incredible animation. I mean, yeah. Like, this whole thing feels like a musical. Like, it feels like it could be an entire stage musical, and I would probably 100% watch that. I like how apprehensive Mirabelle is, but she still dances along. She must always respect the unspoken rules of the musical. I mean, yeah. She's just like, I don't know, like, this is a lot. Like, I brought up Bruno and now I got everybody singing and I don't know what's happening. I don't know what to do and why is this all happening, and okay, but yeah, I'll dance along, sure. And I love Mirabelle. I know I said I love Dolores, and I do love Dolores, but I also love Mirabelle. I love pretty much everybody in this movie. I'm just gonna say that. Dolores's part was probably the best in my opinion. The quietness and the classic "Do you understand?" I mean, I've already talked about how much I love Dolores and her parts, especially in the song, but yeah, basically, yeah. Saying we don't talk about Bruno and then proceeding to sing an entire song about Bruno is honestly the most Disney thing in this movie. Yeah, it is a little weird. It's like, we don't talk about Bruno, but like, here's the list of all the stuff Bruno did. Like, will you make up your mind, do you want to talk about Bruno or not? Because you're saying you don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, but you seem to be talking about him a lot. So, do you want to pick a lane? Like, do you want to pick a lane? I don't know. But I mean, if they don't talk about Bruno and they stuck with that, we wouldn't have this song. And I would be very sad because I really like this song. I love how Mirabelle's dad wasn't part of any of this. But when they're setting up the table, he's just like, oh, we're doing a dance routine. Sure, let's do it. I mean, yeah. I had to go back and actually watch the actual scene again, because I was like, normally I just listen to the audio version, and I was like, does he? And it's like, no, he is literally nowhere to be found throughout this whole song. And then they're like setting the dinner and table and everything like that, and he's like, oh, we're doing this, okay. And he's like dancing into it with it, and it's like, I want to take a moment to appreciate the husbands. Felix and Augustine, love them. Yes. I love the little details like Mirabelle's shy dance steps in Peppa's and Dolores' parts. Bruno in shadows dancing in first floor while Dolores is singing. Huh? Camilo metamorphosis have sound. Okay. The rats playing along in Camilo's performance. They clearly are tamed rats. Alma, Mariano, and his grandmother aren't simply walking to the house. They are doing a Wizard of Oz style choreography. They really are, though. Mirabelle doesn't appear out of nowhere next to Luisa's door. She's in the background when the others set the table. I did notice that too. Luisa is down, but she takes part anyway in the final scene. Yes. The zoom out revealing the whole prophecy, and I adore the hey I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, some of those I'm like, huh? Like, what? And then some of them it's like, oh yeah, like, that was a fun detail. Like, the Wizard of Oz style choreography is the one that got me. I'm like, they really are. They really are. I love it so much. I love how Bruno's mischievous grin is really him just being an awkward goofball by trying to make a badly timed joke about how nervous Peppa seemed. Why don't I remember that part? Look, guys, I may have gone back and watched the video part to do this. It doesn't mean I picked up on all these details, okay? It's sad that everyone misunderstood Bruno. His gift is pretty straightforward. He can see images representing the most probable future. He can't change it. He isn't influencing it. He isn't told exactly what the future is. All he's doing is seeing images of the most probable future. It's up to him to interpret what he saw, and sometimes he's wrong or just doesn't know. And unfortunately, since no one other than Bruno and Mirabel seem to understand that Bruno has no power over the future itself, he's vilified by his own family, his own mother even. Hell, he is believed it was partially his fault too. He kept knocking on wood, crossing his fingers, throwing salt and sugar over his shoulders. The poor guy was gaslit to believe he was the problem, when in fact his gift may be the most powerful of all the gifts we see besides the miracle itself. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is like, they do ostracize Bruno, they do blame him, they do shun him, they do, like, essentially exile him, simply because of his gift. And it's like, it is not Bruno's fault that this is his gift. It is not his fault that it is not, clear cut. Like, poor Bruno, honestly. Poor Bruno. In all honesty, I think Isabella's verse is so important. Everyone else talks about how he absolutely ruined their lives, but Isabella's is about him telling her that she would have the life of her dreams and that her power would grow. I just honestly think that's so important. People never listen to Dolores or Isabella because they were the only ones not bashing Bruno. I mean, yeah. Like, Isabella's just like, yeah, he told me my power would grow. Like, okay. Like, Isabella understands it. Dolores understands it. Mirabel understands it. The rest of the family just can't get on board with this. And it's like, really? Really? 7-foot frame rats along his back. When he calls your name, it all fades to black. Yeah, he sees your dreams and feeds of your screams. Camilo lyrics are the bomb. I mean, yeah. Okay. Sure. Camilo's voice is addictive. During his solo, the vocals shift to the left earbud as he moves across the screen to the left as well. So much detail. Yo, maybe I gotta listen on headphones. Does it really do that? For anybody who's listened on headphones, is this true? Like, do the vocals shift to the left earbud as he moves across, the screen to the left? Like, because if it does, that's insane. That is insane. I don't know whether this happens. I should have read this list before I went back and watched it. Now I gotta know. Now I gotta know. So if anybody knows, let me know. That climax with Mirabel singing, yeah, about that Bruno. The breakdown after that. The final sequence where their voices are just blending even when they're all singing over each other is just heaven. Yeah. The song itself, goes hard. Like, it's like we're doing everything, but that ending, it's like they're all singing over each other. They're all singing different things. It kind of works. I feel like some parts outshine others, but it's just like, and I love it. I love it. I love this song so much. Dolores and Camilo's verses proved they could have carried solo songs. The song is an absolute masterpiece, but it's too bad Dolores and Camilo didn't get their own songs because their voices are seriously so good. I mean, yeah. But like, again, like, I guess Dolores was more of a character than Camilo was, but like, it really wasn't about them. Like, it was like Mirabel and Alma and Bruno, and that's it. Like, everybody else was just sort of there. Love the double meaning at the end of the song where they all shout, "He's here." Clever song all around and beautiful animation. Do they really shout out, "He's here"? I think they do. I'm like trying to like go back and like play it in my head. I'm like, I think they do. That's insane. Because he is here. He's everywhere. He's in the walls. It sounds like a horror movie. He's in the walls, guys. He's in the walls. So yeah, that was 22 details about We Don't Talk About Bruno. Let me know, what did you think of these details? Did you spot them while you were watching it? Did you spot it after you were watching it? Do you have any other details from We Don't Talk About Bruno? What do you think about We Don't Talk About Bruno? What do you think about Encanto as like a whole movie? Because I really love it all. But yeah, let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you all liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye!